Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another College and Career Pathways, where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we provide you with information on various colleges and universities, financial aid resources, training programs, skilled trade professions, employment opportunities, all designed to help you make the best career decisions possible. I'm Toni Cureton with your um, I'm Toni Cureton, your host, and today we are with Northwood University. Jack, we are so glad to have you. You can go ahead and get started.
Yeah, let me I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We can kind of jump into it. No, it's probably gonna pop over here, so I gotta make sure I do everything right. Try to be as techy as possible. All righty, how's it look from there?
Perfect.
Cool. All right. Well, everyone, Tony, thanks for having me today. I'm super excited to talk about Northwood University. A little backstory about me. My name is Jack Smith. I'm from right in the area, from Romeo, Michigan. I've been in higher ed for about 5 or 6 years now. Fresh out of college, got right into it. My mom has been in the higher education venue for about 30 plus years. So some would say I'm kind of taking over the family business a little bit. But I've been involved in Northwood since I was a little kid, and I actually graduated from Lawrence Tech University down in Southfield, Michigan. So been local my entire life, and I'm super excited to kind of speak about Northwood University today. If you guys have any questions, I don't. Do you guys normally wait to the end, or do you guys? How does it normally work?
At the end,
Okay, cool. We're gonna kind of just go through and talk about Northwood University today and what we're all about. And then if there's any questions at the end, I know that there's a lot of craziness going along with the FAFSA or anything like that. I can also, try to field some questions about that, but pertaining to Northwood or anything in the college selection process, I'm here as a resource to everyone here. But let's kind of just jump into it. So, a little bit about Northwood University. For those who don't know, Northwood is generally a business school. We do offer some science programs such as computer science, data analytics, and a couple like that. Kind of jump into the degrees near the end of the presentation. But for the most part, we're a business school. We're all about, free enterprise, entrepreneurship, being able to develop your own path. And, we talk a little bit about like our mission and what our mission means to us. As you can see right there, we want to be able to develop, those young business professionals and have students graduate with a fully furnished mindset of being able to drive our global economy. Be able to be business leaders is a big thing we talk about at Northwood. We have a couple different offerings at Northwood. We have our traditional undergrad campus, which is located in Midland, Michigan. We also have our adult degree program as well for those who are maybe pursuing a career right now, but don't have time to sit in the classroom. So that's also a really good resource as well. Both are phenomenal options. But today I'm going to mainly focus on the undergrad traditional venue. We always kick off with all of our presentations talking about our Go Mad Day. It's one of the biggest staples and testaments of what we have at Northwood. Go Mad Day is essentially a day where we volunteer in the Midland area. And we get everyone on campus, all 1,600 students and 300 faculty members, kind of branches out into the Midland, Michigan area. We help break senior citizen lawns, work on developing and cleaning up the streets, and I'm just kind of being involved in the community. It was actually developed by our former football coach about 15 years ago, who actually just passed his way from cancer a couple years ago. So it's a huge thing for the Northwood identity, what we do on like a daily basis, like being involved in the community, helping out. So Go Mad Day is something we always kind of kick off with because we love talking about it. So fast facts to talk about Northwood and what we do. The first thing that kind of jumps out to a lot of people is our percentage of employed at graduation. So what that stat means is someone who's 96% of our students who are sitting in graduation, whether they walked across the stage or just waiting to walk across, are employed. Another couple things we talk about, like our NPV, our return on investment. We have one of the best return on investments in the Midwest, and we're actually ranked nationally, both the return on investment and our business programs. So there's a lot of good opportunity there. I mean, there's no secret that, colleges year to year, higher education gets more expensive year to year. So we want to make sure that we know when we're putting money into something on the back end. Like much like buying a house, buying a car, you want to be able to make a purchase that financially, if you're going to be set back, that you're going to be able to pay off in the back end, which is something that we talk a lot about. You hear return on investment a lot in Northwood, which is great on top of our great job placement. A little fast fact about Midland, Michigan. There's a lot of things to do. Our downtown's growing day by day. For those who are in watching the stock market, Midland, Michigan is home to Dow. So if you ever see like the Nasdaq, where it's like, what is Dow Jones doing, anything like that? That is where Dow Jones is located in Midland, Michigan. So we have a lot of like corporate sponsorships and partnerships with them as well. But we have a AAA baseball team. We have Dow Gardens. There's tons of things to do. We have a great rec center for those who like to be like involved in the basketball league, tennis, anything like that. That's another big thing as well. But Midland, Michigan also was voted top 3 safest cities in the state of Michigan. So it's just one of those areas that is super cool. It's very unique. It's growing day by day in the downtown. I think when I went to Northwood in 2014 compared to now, it's so night and day. There's so much more things to do for young students to go to and check things out. So Midland, Michigan is a really cool area. But what's our dividing factors between other universities? On top of the fact that we have like an awesome return on investment and a couple different other programs that just separate us. I think my favorite thing to talk about is our industry experienced faculty members. Every single one of our faculty members, from our accounting to our automotive, they all have years of industry experience. Our automotive marketing program, which is probably one of our biggest programs, LG Bright, our professor, he has 40 plus years at General Motors. Our director of accounting has over 40 plus years working at Dow in the accounting department. So that when you're learning from someone, you're not only learning from someone that has a passion for this, but has a proven track record, which I think translates really well, especially when you're learning as a college student. Also, on top of the fact that being a small private school, we have small classrooms, so when you walk across the graduation stage, it means a lot more when you're shaking the hands of your professors who've been kind of involved in your life. The other thing about having an intimate classroom setting, on top of the fact that you have hands-on learning, is with their industry experience, they are the best way to network for internships, maybe future employment. A lot of these people, if they're adjunct professors, are working full time, so they're working a 9 to 5, and their 5 to 9 is teaching a college course. So having that, direct exposure to industry experience is awesome as well. Kind of talking about the customizable curriculum, which is super cool. We do at Northwood, being a private university, though we are accredited, everyone's going to have to take some math and English classes to start their college careers. But what you'll be able to do is kind of jump right into your business classes. So at your bigger public universities, you spend a lot of time doing your prereqs, kind of building up your college repertoire before you kind of jump into your majors. Northwood wants you to be able to jump in your degree right away. So you spend about 25% of your freshman year classes in prereqs. You go right into your major your freshman year, first semester, which is super cool. And then also we have what we call business core classes. So every Northwood University student, before you graduate, you have to know finance, you have to know accounting, you have to know basic marketing on top of the degree you're studying. So you got to have a full business portfolio before you graduate, which is a really cool opportunity as well. And the choice and experiential ones, those are just classes that you can build into your degree classes. So if you're an accounting student and you want a little bit more diverse accounting idea, those are those classes as well. So Northwood gives you the opportunity to kind of jump right into your degree, right in your classes, and then fully be able to see what's going on with all those classes as well. Some of our degrees that we offer at Northwood, I know there's a giant slew of them. Our supply chain management program is actually nationally ranked. We're currently behind Michigan State in the Midwest for that. Our automotive programs are really strong. We'll kind of dive into something about the automotive in the next couple of slides. But our bread and butters are accounting, finance, marketing, and business management. I think you'll find success. And there's a little bit of everything for anyone who's interested in business at North University. Some things that jump on the page of people as well. Esports management's a newer degree for us. Professional selling is something we're rolling out this next fall. But for the most part, finance, accounting, marketing management, those are like our bread and butter classes that kind of most people gravitate towards. Finance is probably our biggest degree on campus. But there's a lot of nationally ranked programs in that mix that are going to be able to set you up for success in the future. And then kind of building off, we talked about earlier about the, internships and practical training. We require our students to have 2 internships before graduation. With that being, we have an awesome program that kind of gets us in touch with people in the industry, which I'll talk about soon. But going back to auto and talking about our automotive vein, we host one of the biggest international outdoor auto shows in the entire country. If anyone is a car junkie or likes cars, I encourage everyone to come up. It's in fall. It's a completely student led event. We have over, I think, $3 million of the vehicles on campus that all students are in charge of running. Obviously, we don't leave them to their own demise. We have a professor that oversees it, but the e-board is all student led. We also have the fashion showcase for our fashion marketing students, where they actually put on a fashion show. And then just this past weekend, we had a Stafford dinner for our hospitality management, where they serve a 5-plated dinner, which would be like for a really, really, gala or ball type thing, that is completely student led as well. There's also 40 plus organizations on campus. DECA is really big for us. Mock trial. Our pre-law students tend to gravitate more towards the mock trial venue, while competitive speech, Greek life, like every other campus, is on as well. And then kind of just jumping into the housing. So this is our North housing, located on the screen now. Just want to always preface that's for juniors and seniors only. A lot of students, they get walked around on campus, they get shown the nicest dorms on campus. And I always tell students, make sure you ask you're going to be staying there your freshman year, because every university is going to walk you on the nicest campus. And some people show up there on move-in day and they're like, oh, this is not what I was expected to be living in. So there's a couple different options at Northwood. Our minor in Du Bois Hall, that is our freshman option. It is a suite style housing, 2 bedroom, 2 people in a bedroom, bathroom, 2 bedroom. While our North Village apartments and Nagley Village apartments, those are actually like apartment style. Each person has their own room. Each person has a shared bathroom. Every dorm building has Wi-Fi cable and laundry as well. If you want to look at more pictures pertaining to Northwood University's dormitories, just go to our Northwood admissions or northwood.edu. Just be able to scroll through and see what you're interested in. On top of our clubs and events on campuses, we're actually Division II athletic school NCAA. Our esports team right now is currently one of the best in the nation, if not internationally. They were actually just spent the last 2 weeks out in Turkey competing. And when I say Turkey, I mean the country, not the deli meat. I was like, oh, I was very surprised to see that they're out there internationally. But they actually received some money winning these as well. I know esports it's crazy. I never thought the other day where people would be playing video games, getting college scholarships for it. But if you're good at something and you get paid to do it, please go do it. And our esports team is really awesome right now. On top of the fact we have all the traditional NCAA D2 teams, football, basketball, volleyball. We rolled out men's and women's lacrosse this past year. So there's a little something for anyone. If anyone has any questions about how to get in touch with coaches or anything like that, you can always reach out to me as well. Scholarships. So it's a big question for a lot of people. Being a Division II institute, obviously we have the ability to give merit academic scholarships and athletic scholarships. But Northwood has a ton of different opportunities and avenues to be able to offer private donor money as well. When you're looking at the Northwood sticker price, it can be a little daunting. We always tell people, it's an investment. You're putting money towards something. That's why the return on investment is so high. And there's so many different avenues to pursue to get that cost down on top of your traditional like merit and athletic scholarships. Our Nagley scholarship is a Northwood private donor plus. It's a written scholarship, but due to AI, actually we did a video submittal this year, which was totally awesome. But there is a lot of opportunity there. These are some of our past winners. Actually, all the way to the far left, Xavier is one of our full ride winners as well. He graduated Northwood, I believe, in 2019. He's doing really well as doing insurance and brokering. But this is another really good private donor opportunity. If anyone is looking for those kind of next steps and learning about that stuff, obviously with the FAFSA being delayed this year, a lot of students are kind of, a little worried about what the cost of school is and anything like that. My word of advice from a unbiased college counselor, admissions rep, Make sure you're doing your research on universities. Every university has a what they call the net price calculator. By federal regulations, it has to be updated. So if you're ever wondering what the cost of attendance at a university is, it's going to give you information about what you might be able to earn also in the FAFSA. I know obviously the FAFSA hasn't rolled out yet. We're hoping we get some information within the next couple 2 weeks. But the net price calculator is such a great ad for most universities, so you can see what you're going to be able to earn in the FAFSA on top of what's going to go towards that university as well. And it's all of them are tailored to each university. So a little free information from a college counselor. Every university has a financial aid department. It's free to use. Contact them, sit with them, meet with them. If you're short $2,000 to $3,000, they're going to help you to get there. Obviously, don't call and say, "Hey, how do I get a free ride here?" Call them and see what you can do to bridge the gap, financially, make sure it's affordable. Going into the Northwood Career Services Center, obviously, everyone goes to college for one reason. I don't care if you're going there to pursue athletics, have a great social life. That is all second tier to what you go to school for. The number one reason you go to school for is to get educated and to receive employment after. And Northwood obviously is nationally ranked on the return on investment, our graduation statistics, making sure that you understand like where you're going to be setting yourself up for the future. Obviously, the front part of the slide says 96% of our students are graduated with jobs. This stat right here, the only difference is we add our military service in this one. But Northwood has a couple different opportunities to be able to enrich with our career services. Our Blue Link is a Northwood specifically tailored software that we plug in with former Northwood alums that are currently in the field looking for Northwood graduates. Handshake is a pretty well across the board college system that they try to just use demographically or geographically, but Blue Ink is actually a Northwood specific site. So like a Northwood, if I work at General Motors, I graduate from Northwood University, I'm looking for someone that maybe has more than entry level experience upon graduation, which every Northwood student does. I would post my job on Blue Link, and then the Northwood students would then be able to apply for it, which is a really good kind of in between thing. This is our dual enrollment. This slide needs to be updated, unfortunately, but I'm going to make sure I get this information over to Ms. Cureton. And then stuff that's kind of going on this summer. Like I said, this slide needs to be updated as well. But we have a lab camp, which is a really good, a great opportunity to get on campus. And this is a entrepreneur one. There's so many different ones that we're going to be posting pretty soon. We've not rolled out our full summer stuff yet. But if anyone's interested, maybe if you're a junior or someone that is kind of pursuing Northwood but doesn't know if it's like they're all the way in, great way to get hands-on experience as well. The next steps for Northwood, like any other college, I always encourage everyone to visit the college, apply to the university, and then obviously with the FAFSA coming out, being able to see the cost of the university is really important too. But the next steps are always visit the campus and apply. If you have any questions about applications, getting on campus, how do you do that? Make sure you just ask at the end, or you can always shoot me an email as well. But that's pretty much the gist of Northwood. I'm going to show I think this is a quick video. This is an old presentation. So can you see this? I just didn't know if everyone, can you see this, Toni?
Yes.
Correct. So this is about Northwood.
Welcome to Northwood University in Midland, Michigan. I'm Chad, and I am excited to take you around campus to show you what life is like as a Timberwolf. North Village is the perfect place to live on campus. Each student gets their own private room while sharing a common living room, kitchen, and bathroom. On the main floor, students can kick back and relax, grab a quick snack at the 24/7 marketplace, or enjoy an upscale meal at the bistro. We have 4 main academic buildings on campus, equipped with state-of-the-art lecture halls, breakout rooms, computer labs, and lounges. Northwood's small class sizes allow students to engage with each other and their professors who have real-world work experience. We also offer a world-class graduate school for students who want to take their education to the next level. The Stroh Sector Library is a great place to hang out in between classes. We have study spaces, access to research and learning materials specific to your major, and student tutors for any subject. You'll often find students studying in the quiet zones or preparing for a big presentation. The Dow Commons Dining Hall, otherwise known as the CAF, is where students can come and enjoy a wide variety of food options like a pasta station, ethnic cuisine, and more. And if you have a night class or you're studying late, we have late night dining so you can still grab a bite to eat. This is the Student Union, where you can come and study, watch a game with friends, or just hang out. It also houses our student organizations like the Student Government Association and Greek Life. The bookstore is here too, with easy access to school supplies and Northwood gear. The Hawk Student Life Center is one of the busiest spots on campus. This facility has 3 courts, an indoor track, a dance room with exercise classes, saunas, and a weight room. The Wolf Den also provides you healthy meals, smoothies, and protein shakes for your workouts. This is the Mall Walk, one of the most recognizable places at Northwood. This path can take you to every building on campus with some cool hangout spots, like Founders Garden. Here, you'll find students soaking up the sun when it's warm out, or gathering by the fire pit when it's a bit cooler. The Pierre Marquette Rail Trail is a paved 30-mile path that runs through the heart of campus. Students can ride their bikes, rollerblade, or walk to downtown. The famous Tridge serves as the centerpiece of Midland's bustling downtown district. We have 20 different athletic teams here, including basketball, football, soccer, and even an esports team. If you love sports, we have games on campus year-round. You can find your true north here at Northwood University. We'd love for you to come by and check out campus for yourself. Go Timberwolves!
All righty. Well, that is the end of my presentation. I know I just threw a lot at everyone, but does anyone have any questions pertaining to Northwood or about the college selection process?
Jack, I wanted to know, the video just said that if you are going to be on campus, you will have a dorm to yourself. So every student has a single. There are no situations where they can have roommates.
Yeah, I this is an old slide deck. So he's only hinting at the North housing.
Okay.
Freshman is a shared space, and actually because our enrollment's so high, we have no single spaces this year. There's always accommodations for handicap, people that have to go through student disability for that. But your junior and senior year, if you want to stay on campus, then you have the option to be able to live on a single. Yep.
I was just thinking, because I remember when I was in college, I'm like, that's cool. In the gang, everybody gets a single.
Yeah, I know. There was some opportunities. It always depends on year-to-year enrollment outside of like the disability center. The way people kind of get around it is the juniors and seniors will take a sophomore into those rooms. So like if like they're on a football team, like the juniors and seniors will take a sophomore to like one of the 4 rooms and kind of be able to. That's how you get through your sophomore year. But every freshman has a roommate.
Okay. A couple of questions in the chat. The first one is, as a freshman, are you required to live on campus?
As a freshman, we have a commuter ability to, so unless you're on an athletic scholarship, you're not required to be on campus. Because it is Midland, Michigan, and it's not as centralized as would be in like a Metro Detroit campus. We implore anyone who's over 50 miles away to live on campus.
Okay. Second question was, what is the GPA requirement for admission?
Currently our GPA requirement is around like a 2.3 to a 2.5. But we do everything case by case. I have a student athlete from the Warren area who is like just below that. He registered at 1.97. With certain parameters, we're going to bring him in and keep him on probation for that first semester. He's got to meet with an academic advisor, on a weekly basis, because we don't want to set anyone for failure. But we do understand that, especially navigating what happened during COVID, and there's so many different factors. And some people just like high school, they don't take it as seriously their first couple of years.
Sure.
So we got to make sure that, we're keeping up to speed, but like a 2.3 to 2.4 is like probably our minimal they'll take. And then we have merit scholarships rolling out at 2.75.
Good deal. And then the last question was, what is the tuition cost?
So currently our tuition is without room and board, it's around $36,000 a year. With room and board, it's around 47. The difference, I always forget to mention this. I'm glad that someone asked about tuition costs. The difference with Northwood and a lot of universities as well is we have what we call block tuition, which I think is super cool. We do not charge by the credit hour. We charge by a block tuition. So your tuition is charged and you could take 12 to 17 credits a semester. So,
Wow.
which is great because you are not going to graduate on time if you get a traditional bachelor's degree if you take 12 credits a semester, though you're a full-time student. You have to take anywhere from 15 to 16 credits. So we have that block tuition, which is a full tuition block. Maybe you're a spring athlete and you don't want to take more than 12 credits and you'll load up in the fall type thing. So just being able to make sure people can graduate in time and work everything out.
Good deal. All right. Well, if there aren't any more questions, we will wrap this up and bring this session to a close. Thank you so much, Jack. We appreciate your time and you sharing about all of the programs and the opportunities that Northwood offers. And thank you guys for joining, and everybody have a great day.
Thanks for having me, Tony. We'll talk soon, everyone.
All righty. Bye.